no cut, just the truth and lies. She's been through the fire, now she beat that flame. Laughed through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a grin. Tears, truth, jokes, but here's begin. She break it down real, never play pretend. Take heed to the messages left through the lens.
Shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. That brother gave me an intro that is amazing. Okay, want to shout him out. When y'all get time, please like and subscribe to that brother's channel, 1000 Watts Radio. Okay, let's get into the foolery this morning. Thank you for tuning in to my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means queen. Good morning, everybody. The title of this foolery this morning is Charlemagne said, okay, Dems need rebranding, allegedly, okay? Dems need rebranding, allegedly, okay? Do you think he's on President Trump's side now, okay? Because a lot of people are looking at the foolery that's going on in DC. And they're saying, did the Dems really have, did they really have us at heart? Are they really the party of the people when they've been robbing and stealing from the people? Okay? Robbing and stealing, same thing. Y'all know what I mean. But are they really the party of the people? Okay, so Charlemagne went in, okay, like he do, unapologetic, okay? So let's get into the foolery. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. So y'all see I'm barefaced. I ain't been putting on makeup and all that other stuff, so you can see all the flaws in my face everywhere, okay? No shame in my game. Sometimes you got to go natural, okay? No shame in my game. Sometimes you got to go natural. Steven, how are you? A-Team, how you doing? Green Beans, how are you, my brother? Let's get into the first foolery of the day. So Charlemagne, okay, discussion will be last, but we going to get in on all the other foolery that has been going on social media. Okay, we're going to get into all the other foolery, the stuff that has been going on social media. So, shout out to Como TV, okay? Como TV. Now, we have some amazing sisters that's about to come up, and they're going to explain how they cannot stand black men, okay? We have some amazing sisters coming up to the panel, and they're going to explain how they can't stand black men, okay? So I know, my brothers, I know y'all get the hate, okay? This is nothing different, okay? Okay, nothing different, same type of hate. So let's get in here and dissect the foolery that these sisters thought that they sound good saying, okay? First runner-up, here we go.
We ain't dating black men. 2025, we ain't dating black men. That blue collar brother is not it. He's not gonna fit. But for some of us black women, your blue collar is not enough. It's not enough.
So the question is, can a man with no money make a woman happy? You should be impotent. If you ain't got no money as a man, you shouldn't even be able, that thing shouldn't even try to rise up. What the hell can a broke man do for a woman? A man with no money can't do nothing for nobody, including himself.
Thinking about the psychology of things, I really feel like black men are addicted to struggle and poverty. You got to get the bottom of the barrel when it comes to interacting with them. Do you hate men? You really hate men? Yes! Yes!
And our motherfucking passports broke. They're gonna take their ashy, bald-headed asses overseas, and a foreign woman is gonna run their pockets dry and send their ugly asses back to their 5 by 5 foot shoebox ass motherfucking apartment.
There's plenty of y'all out here. Finding y'all is not the problem. The problem is that y'all are not worth it.
We watched the same clip. In this case, They said, she said, she said, she said, she said, she said, and she said. Find me a clip of what we talk like that. Find a clip and then inbox it to me. The clip where black men talking like that about black women. Send me the clip.
There's no clip. There's no clip. Black men don't talk like that. They don't. Okay? I'm sorry for the noise, yeah. Okay? My king is home today, so I apologize for the noise in the background. Okay? I already told him I was going live, okay? But, you know, he's making noise, okay? So I apologize for the noise in the background, okay? So I want y'all to understand this. This man said, where's the clip where black men are going ham on black women? Where's the clip? Can you find clips of black men going ham saying they don't need black women? Can you find clips exactly what these women said? Can you find this on social media? Don't worry, I'm not going to wait for you. You can't find it. You can't you can't find it. You can't. Okay? We're the only group that thinks like this, you know? Oh, well, go ahead overseas, you know? Some woman over here. This is the thing that y'all mess up. Sometimes when these brothers go abroad, they do find love. But because the way we push them, you see how you can push somebody away every day. Just push them away. Tell them they ain't shit. They ain't gonna never be shit. Never was shit. And then when they actually move and go away, now y'all get in here and say, black men, all they do is date outside the race. This is what you say. Mind you, you've been telling them that they ain't shit, they ain't gonna never be shit, and they never was shit. So now when they start dating outside the race, that's a problem. Anything black men do is a problem. He breathe, it's a problem. Okay? He order a martini, it's a problem. Okay? Strawberry daiquiri, it's a problem. You know, it's sassy. Okay? All right? He likes to smell good and dress nice. That's a problem. He likes to get his hair cut. That's a problem. Everything is a problem. Everything is a problem. If he don't pay for your nails on a first date, it's a problem. He don't pay for your hair getting done on the first date, it's a problem. It's always a problem. But tell me where you can find something that black men are all collectively together saying the same shit that these women just say. You ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find it because they don't talk like that. You won't find it. The thing is that a lot of y'all have been dog walked. You have been hurt by men who are not of substance. So you get in here and say all men ain't shit when it comes to black men. But the problem is, and this is the big kicker that all of y'all forget, is that there's something going on in you that's attracting this type of man. There's something going on in you that is attracting these type of men. But nobody don't want to do no research. Nobody wants to take the time to go and retrain your mindset. Nobody wants to do that. You can't wake up one morning and say something is wrong with me because we have been deemed perfect. We have been deemed perfect and clean by all measure. Because you get some black men in here that'll tell you you are the queen, you know, you are a queen. You can't do no wrong. And this is a false narrative. Only how you can be a queen is if a king appoints you. It's nasty, right? I know y'all like this, bitch. Yeah. Only how you can be a queen is if a king appoints you to be a queen. That's nasty. I know. I know it is what it is. But this brother is correct because that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. The thing is, when black men get tired, you won't see no more. I said this so many times. It's coming. You won't see them say nothing about us no more when they get tired. A man that doesn't want to teach you, okay, he doesn't want to keep you. Hey, love, how are you? A man that doesn't take time to teach you, Brian, I see you too. How are you? A man who doesn't want to take time to teach you, he doesn't want to keep you. He's just there for the ride. That's the one that y'all mess up on all the time. The one that will get in here and try to teach you something. This is the one that you call controlling. This is the one that you call a narcissist. And all he's trying to do is give correction. So I want us to listen to Tiana Teller real quick. We're going to change the subject just a little bit. I want y'all to listen to Tiana Teller just a little bit, okay? Now, I was just, scamming through social media, and I think it was a couple days ago where she got on her live and she told her followers, listen, I gotta go because I gotta get my back blown out. This is what she said. I gotta go. Let me get my back blown out in peace. That's what she said. Okay, we gonna say alleged. I couldn't find the video. Okay, so we gotta say alleged. But some of y'all who scroll through social media, you saw it. Okay, so she said, "Let me get my back blown out in peace." Now, when I was listening, okay, sometimes I listen to Steve Harvey Morning Show, okay, and I heard Shirley Strawberry, and I forgot her name, the other one who is on the show, Carla, Shirley Strawberry and Carla, allegedly, okay, gotta say allegedly, but if you heard it, if you watched the show this morning, or heard the show this morning, you would have heard these two ladies. And they were saying how Tiana Teller got her a fine man, you know what I'm saying? A good looking piece of candy, okay? Allegedly. And they was like, I'm so happy for her. In the black community, we're always so happy when families get torn apart. We're always so happy when we see families fall. Nobody cares about how the children. Just like when Tiana Teller first got her divorce, right? There was a black woman who was clapping so hard. Tiana's getting everything. She's getting the house. She's getting her tour bus. She's getting the cars and this and that. So happy, okay? So we're always happy when we see a family, a black family, get torn apart, okay? I'm not getting in here saying her husband was perfect. We won't be doing that, okay? I'm not going to get in here and say that she was perfect. We won't be doing that. But why do we always hand clap when it comes to the breakdown of the black family? We think that shit is so funny, okay? We think it's so funny. Nobody thinks about the children. When you have people coming in to see these kids and the kids don't know them. You got men at your house that the kids have never met before, and then all of a sudden they rocking out in the house all the time. And then when you're running out, you got to go do something. You let a strange man you just met watch your babies. That's what always make me mad, and all because of the pursuit of happiness. This is what y'all do on the pursuit of happiness. I want y'all to hear the breakdown of how much money she said, not money, but the stuff that she received during the divorce. And she was like, happy about it, okay? Allegedly. I don't want my channel to get taken down. But I want y'all to hear how she broke this down. Here we go. Shout out to Tiana Teller. Here we go.
With all his properties, I walked away with all my properties. Iman walked away with a car that I bought him. That's clear. But let's also, we're not going to sit here and make it seem like Tiana's using Iman for anything. Like, at the end of the day, yes, Iman made his money and so did I. I've been in this business since I was 15 years old. We're not going to act like, my bank account is like, nah, we're not doing that. I've had several Jordans. I've had several movies, several deals, all still active. All still active. And the crazy part about it is, I said nothing when him and his lawyer told the internet, oh, Tiana's making more money, Tiana's bringing more money a month in than Iman is. Just because Iman played ball don't mean that this is a thing where it's like I'm trying to take money off of him. Iman haven't played ball since 2020. So yes, actively during the divorce, I was bringing more money than him in. I am. So it's just like, how are we sitting here making it seem like I'm being a gold digger or taking from him? And we're not going to do that. I bought my tour bus with my hard-earned money. I bought my Sprinter with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach after Iman crashed my Rolls Royce and never replaced it. That I also bought. Okay? What are we talking about? Every single car that I walked away with, I literally paid for out of my pocket. Out of my pocket. Now at this point, I made myself clear. Y'all gonna think what y'all wanna think regardless. Y'all gonna still run with y'all narratives because that's what people do. But one thing you will have clear is that Tiana ain't take nothing from Iman. Oh, and that $1 million y'all claiming that 7-figure, 8-figure, it was a one-time fee of $1 million in damages. When Iman crashed the $400,000 Rolls Royce and Iman did whatever other stuff he did, that was the things he had to pay me back. Iman left me with a whole lot of shit. That's another thing. Let's be clear with that too. When you're dividing marital assets, when you're dividing houses and stuff, if it's still bills a part of it, if it's snatched away from the both of us. So to think that even if that was the case, that I couldn't get a car and boom, 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 like that shit means nothing. That means nothing. That means nothing. That means nothing at all. I never tried to send Iman to jail. I'm still not trying to send Iman to jail. However, I have to file a motion to get him to leave me alone so we can both go and live our life in peace. Like, I'm confused because y'all know peace is what I want. Like, I don't want no smoke, bruh. Like, I'm too happy right now. Bitch, I'm too happy right now. Bitch, I'm too happy right now. Bitch, you think I want to sit here, motherfucker? You talking about some divorce? That only makes me look like I'm coming with a whole bunch of baggage. Like, nobody want to do that. But yeah, like I said, it is what it is. This divorce, these settlements and all this fake false shit, all this stuff is old. They tried to put this out back in June. Walked away with all his property.
So this is the thing that irked my nerve about a lot of my sisters. I don't know where the happiness come from after a divorce. I have been divorced before, okay? And I got dog walked in my first marriage, okay? But did I see the red flags while I was dating this man? I did. But yet I continued to pursue, okay? And I'm not hating on my ex-husband because there was a lot of decisions we both made that was bad, okay? I'm not hating on him, okay? And have no hatred towards him. But the thing is that y'all will be like, I'm happy, I'm good right now. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I'm not mad with her that she was able to hold on to all the things that she bought. I'm not. But nobody will tell me when Tiana Teller met this man that she had more money than him. Nobody will tell me that. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Nobody will tell me that. Okay? They acquired wealth together. You can't just be together all those years and not have shit that y'all built together. That does not make sense. So this is mine. This is not a marriage. If you got a two system, if you don't have a one pot system and everybody got their own bank accounts, then why did y'all get married? Because when you get married, what you supposed to do? You supposed to become one. You supposed to become one. Everything is supposed to become one. And I know a lot of y'all sisters want to give her props and stuff like that. And she said, oh, when I come out here and speak about this situation, it makes it seem like, I got baggage. No, my dear, you got baggage. It's not that it makes it seem like it. No, you have baggage. Okay? And this is the uncomfortable truth that a lot of women who are famous, a lot of women who have their, they money wise, they got their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Money wise, they got their shit together. But when it comes to the mindset change, they don't. And y'all just gonna continue to run into a Pookie and Rere. Now, I'm not calling Tiana Teller ex-husband a Pookie and Rere. But if when you were dating him and shit was going crazy, when you were dating him and he was cheating on you and doing nonsense and y'all was doing foolery together, there was no need for y'all to get married. I'm just saying, there was no need for you to get married at all. Hey, Alexander, how are you? Okay? How you doing? Now, you saw, now I'm going to share something with y'all. And I'm not trying to be mean to none of the NFL players or football players or stuff like that. But these brothers get pussy thrown at them from the free throw line. All these brothers, okay? From every color down to, you got the African Americans, you got the Caucasians, okay? You got the Hispanics. You got every type of beautiful color from the rainbow that are NFL stars and football players. They get pussy thrown to them from the free throw line in every state. Okay? In every state. So when you sign up to marry one of these brothers, be advised. Be advised, shit ain't gonna be right. Okay? Be advised, shit ain't gonna be right. Okay? You want a man that ain't gonna be doing nonsense on you, this is not the men to go for. This is not the men to accept. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. All right? So, you married him because they all said this is allegation. They out here saying he was doing this, he was doing that. Okay. But you married him. You married him. You knew he was about that life, but yet you still married him. All alleged. Okay? But why I mentioned Tiana Teller is because we glorify shit like this. We excited. Oh, sis got everything. That's right. She got the car. She got the house. She got the tour bus. We excited because, sis got everything. And the kids rarely get to see their daddy. This is what it is. The kids who were raised with their daddies, okay, was raised with their father. Every day, this is who they saw when their mama was on tour or doing something or whatever. This is who they saw was the daddy. And so now, they don't get to see the daddy like they supposed to. I'm just saying, I think we need to think about this stuff before we get into a full-on marriage. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all who you date these guys who get pussy thrown from the free throw line and you expect for them to be faithful. I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying. You sign up for this foolery, and then when all hell break loose, then you come and tell everybody on social media that, oh, he did this and he did that. But you married a man who pussy get thrown at this man from the free throw line. You married this man. I'm just saying, something's wrong somewhere. Okay? Thank you, John, for the $2 super chat. John says, happy Monday, love. Tiana, check that pH balance, baby. Yes, honey, we're going to break it in here and get that pH balance for you, sir. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate it, honey. Thank you for coming over and rocking with us, even if you just was here for a little bit. Okay? Here we go, y'all. That pH balance.
You gotta check that pH balance, baby.
That's nasty.
You gotta check that pH balance, baby. You gotta check that pH balance, baby. You gotta check that pH balance, baby.
Hey, Naomi, how are you, honey? John said, wake him up, queen, wake him up. You play too much, John. Thank you for the $2 super
Something
chat.
is off,
All right now, something ain't right. All right,
something is in the air tonight.
oh shit, wait a minute.
Something smells fishy,
What he say? What he say?
and we ain't eating fish. Thinking to myself,
Oh shit,
what the hell is this?
Mm.
Sex is
He
good,
said that pussy good, baby,
please do better.
but I need you to do better, honey.
You need to get that pH balance together, baby.
All right now. He said, let me turn it up for the meeting. Thank you, John, for the $2 super chat, baby. I appreciate it. All right now. All right now. Gotta check that pH balance, baby. So only why I mentioned Tiana is because we're happy at the demise of a family. You know what I'm saying? Okay? We're happy at the demise of the family. So let's get into the next foolery. Okay? Let's get into the next foolery. So, y'all remember, what's the woman name that played in, so she played in a couple movies, but Kid and Play movie. Let me see her name. Let me see if I got it right. Okay. AJ Johnson. Okay. AJ Johnson reveals she was paddled while pledging Delta Sigma. Okay. Now check this out. We gonna talk about it. Now shout out to the Breakfast Club, because she was on the Breakfast Club, and only why I'm bringing this up is because y'all remember, okay, y'all remember Caleb, who recently passed away from a hazing ritual. So we gonna jump into that, and I want y'all to hear what she says, okay? So these hazing rituals are not actually of the chapter, okay? May his soul rest in peace. Oh my God. So these hazing rituals are not actually from the chapter, okay? They're just if whoever is at the pledging tryouts at that time, okay? Because they have people who come back, you know, that they were I guess graduated already, and they come back to the school to do the hazing rituals for that season, for the new pledges, okay? And she said, I always thought that that was kind of crazy for them to come back after they have graduated and they want to wreak havoc on the new ones that's coming in because something is going on with them inside. And I'm gonna share something with you. AJ is correct. She right. That's something kind of demonic that you've been through foolery before when you were pledging, and so you want to go and pass it down to the next generation so they can be scarred. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing when a mama, check this out. When a mama been a hoe all her life, right? She passed down bullshit to the girls, okay? When she been a hoe, she passed down bullshit to the girls. And so when the girls grow up, they think what mama said makes sense. And so they continue to pass it down. That's what's going on. Okay? So now let's get into the foolery. Okay? Let's get into the foolery. Shout out to AJ Johnson. Okay? And y'all remember her because she played in the Kid and Play movie. Y'all remember she played in Baby Boy too. She was the mama. So let's continue. Let's get into it.
I gotta ask, you attended and you graduated Spelman in
Yeah.
Atlanta. Now you're also a member of Delta Sigma Theta.
Have been for years.
Now you heard this yesterday morning when we were talking about the young man that lost his life by
I'm so
hazing.
glad you're bringing this up. Go ahead.
Wanted you to break that down. We were talking about is hazing, should fraternities and sororities, should they still be doing hazing at this point?
Okay, how much time we got?
Go ahead.
Because okay,
Let's
so,
know your rank,
yeah. So let's start with the fact that I pledged at 17, one of the youngest undergraduate pledgees at Spelman at the time. I can comfortably say that hazing is a personal thing. It's not an organization thing. When I say that, meaning if you've been hazed before and you want to interject that on a new pledgee, that's a personal thing. My pledge period was no walk in the park. One of the reasons I wanted to become Dean of Pledgees is to say that's not necessary. And again, we're talking about undergraduate pledging. So when you are 25 and 26 and you're no longer even in the school and you're still coming back to be part of the pledge period, that's also a personal thing. Like, what are you missing? And why are you coming back to inflict possibly deadly fatal force? If you're in the institution and you're a member of the chapter, 9 times out of 10, you're being raised in the way that the chapter is being raised. And so nowadays, hazing's not allowed. So again, I'm still going to, there's something personal, a personal vendetta that somebody's exercising in that.
Now, when you look at tradition, right, because, a lot of people that have been through the process might say, I've been paddled before. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people say I might have been whatever before.
Yeah.
And usually those things don't kill you, don't hurt you. But
Right.
in situations, it can happen.
Yes.
So what do you say in that situation?
So here's the open honesty. So I've been paddled. Usually when
Did
I
you
had
make the Century Club? The lady called this morning and said she was at the Century
I
Club.
did. I made the Century
You were young, so
Are you allowed to talk about that?
Not beyond me saying I'm part of the Century
I don't know how much you could talk about, but I have friends that have been younger on the line.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit worse because they were younger.
Yeah.
I don't know if your experience leaned toward that either, too, because you were younger. Like they were making examples.
I don't know if that was the case. I mean, I do believe sometimes that is the case. I don't necessarily think that was the case with my line. And when I pledged, it was a lot of suspended chapters. It was a lot of, not having lines for years. So, but once again, we're talking about a different time.
Right.
We're talking about early, late 80s, early 90s. So it's a whole different time. But what I say is that's tradition that doesn't need to stay.
Gotcha.
And that's what I feel. There's traditions that don't need to stay. I mean, when I was Dean of Pledgees, and a lot of my pledgees are going to say, I had them exercising. I mean, that was punishment enough, right? You don't know your founders? Run a mile. And they were like, oh, man, really? It's like, there's different forms of teaching and being authoritative without it being physical abuse.
Yeah, I just feel like if it's college, it should be something more cerebral.
Well, it doesn't have to be physical abuse, period. And that's just my stance.
Now I got.
And I love what she said because she right. Hey, David, how are you? She right. It doesn't have to be physical. You don't have to lay hands on somebody. Caleb, at 3 o'clock in the morning, they had these gentlemen down at a warehouse or either gym in the woods. I'm even surprised, okay? In the woods, okay? And they were hitting these brothers in the chest with boxing gloves on. You understand? They was laying hands on these young men with boxing gloves on, hitting them in their chest. So these guys couldn't defend themselves or nothing. With boxing gloves, you hitting them in their chest. Of course, this young man gonna fall out and get into a seizure, okay? And then now y'all trying to figure out. Now y'all people who did all this nonsense, okay? Most of y'all are, because this is the pledging season, so most of y'all are already out of the school. You out of the school, but you come back to do the you come back to invite the new ones to come into the chapter. But y'all all these hazing rituals y'all deleting our babies. We didn't just send them to school to learn. You know what I'm saying? We also thought that this was a brotherhood and a sisterhood. Okay? Because this is what y'all have it for us to look like. Oh no, this is a brother and sisterhood. But it's not. Because these parents don't get no answers when something happened to their baby. This is the first time I heard that they was locking up 3 people from a chapter. This is the first time I heard that they were locking up 3 people from a chapter, that they were going down for Caleb for his deletion. This is the first time I ever heard that, because usually you won't even know the whole story about what happened. You won't even know the whole story about what happened. I'm even surprised that you hear people from the Divine Nine coming out saying this and this happened to them. Okay? I'm surprised, because that does not happen. They don't tell like that. But why am I going to school to be beat like a slave? I'm just saying. Why am I going to the school to be beat like a slave? I'm just saying. Corey Joe, thank you for the $2 super chat. Good morning. Take heed and chat. Have an awesome stream. Sir, thank you so much. And also, once again, I played your intro and it was amazing as always. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. Guys, when you get time, please like and subscribe to this brother's channel, 1000 Watts Radio. Music is always fire, honey. Y'all got to get in here and like and subscribe to this brother channel, honey. Okay? You will not be disappointed. You hear me? You won't be disappointed, honey. I'm share with you right there. Okay? You
just hit the bank. We falling, what to think? Chasing you too funny. Got my pockets looking funny. I can't hear it. Body tone, drop it on, drop it on, drop it on, drop it on. Bass.
shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. Brother, is always amazing to see you. Thank you for coming to rock with me, even if it's just for a little bit. So when I heard this today, shout out to the Breakfast Club. When I heard this today, I was like, this is amazing. Okay? This is amazing. When I heard it today, I was like, this is amazing. I'm glad she's speaking against this. Okay? And her being, you know, one of the chapter heads, I was surprised. Okay? John said, the girls love your stream here in my meeting. Oh, John, tell him I said thank you. Okay? So now we going to skip AJ. We going to get in here. Hollywood Unlocked done ran into somebody. A video has surfaced on IG. Okay? A video has surfaced on IG. And Hollywood Unlocked clipped it. Okay? Now, y'all haven't heard this brother in a long time. But this is what he got to say about prison. Okay? Here we go.
Hey, it's Blueface, top of the yard gang and all that. Shout out to y'all coming out hooping with us, man. Showing love to the yard, man. We out here, we outside. We at Lancaster State Prison, level 3 to be exact. Not a 50-50 yard, none of that. It's full GP, 100%. It's a lot of misery out here, so when y'all come out, y'all give us something to, you know, feel free a little bit. I don't feel like I'm in the pen right now. Well, I'm at the park or something.
So how you been coping? How you been holding up?
Hey man, I'm in here. I'm short time and just passing through, so I'm here for the experience, man. I ain't up, I ain't down. I'm just in the middle, you know, trying to get through.
Have you learned anything since you've been here? Anything you could take home or, you know?
Hell yeah, I learned a lot. Learned, you know, patience, virtue, you know, paying attention, you know, let things play out before you throw yourself in the middle of it. So patience is the key, though. Got a lot of patience in here, man.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when you touch down?
Oh man, first thing I'm gonna do when I touch down, man, I'm gonna see my family, see my kids, get back to the work, get back to the music, and try to come back here, man. Hopefully I come back here with y'all one of these times, man, and
absolutely,
and let them know you can go from here to there, you know?
Absolutely,
that's really what it's all about. I should go far. I go farther than, you know, just y'all coming here today and leaving tomorrow or next year, whenever y'all come. This shit lasts forever, you know? Some of these guys ain't gonna never get out of here. So days like this, man, shit keep them going. You know, that shit go for a year. It lasts a day for y'all, but it's gonna last years for us.
Absolutely.
It's been the best day since I've been here.
That's love, man, for real.
Oh yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
Any message to the youth out there?
Oh man, don't come here, bro. It's boring, it's lame, it's not cool. We're not promoting it. Stay in school, man. And you know, stay in school. Really appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much, man.
Somebody in that prison is teaching him something. Do you hear me? Somebody in that prison is teaching him something. Okay? And I ain't say it was a good lesson. Somebody in that prison is teaching him something. For him to get out and talk like that. Okay? I'm just saying. Now, Steven done put it in the chat. Steven said, damn shame. You have to get locked down to learn some shit. Somebody in that prison is teaching him something. He said, this is the best day that I had seeing you guys here. Somebody is teaching him something. I ain't say it was a nice lesson. I ain't say it was a nice lesson. Because one thing you got to know is that that's a pretty boy. That's one thing you got to know. And Big Bubba like pretty boys, okay? That's one thing you got to know, okay? Now, it's all alleged. I don't want to get sued. But we all know how prison is. We all know about the crime game. Somebody in there teaching them something. Because what did he mention? He said, just because you see something, okay, you got to let things play out. He said you can't jump in everything. So probably when he got in there, he thought him being all thuggish like it was going to work. But he in prison with some true thugs. Not no internet thugs. He in prison with true thugs. Okay? So he's learning the assignment. There was a brother that was behind him. The camera scoped him in. And the guy had glasses on. He was going like this. Okay? He was going like this. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Why he say to those people who was interviewing him, oh man, this is the best day ever for me to see somebody, to see y'all here. Best day I had in this place. He was like, some of these people ain't gonna never come home. It's misery here. But all the shit that you was doing, all the shit that you were doing out here, you didn't know that thing would land you in prison someday. When do you check yourself and say, I'm ready to change? When do we do that? When do we do that instead of you going to prison? Why prison got to say something to you? This is the dumbest shit I ever heard. And he's sitting up there talking about, yeah, but maybe one day I could come back with y'all and talk to these, the young people or whatever. I hope you do it on the outside too. I hope you do it on the outside too and change your ways. And keep your hands to yourself. Those brothers taught you a big lesson because you look like you bigger trying to protect yourself in here. Because we all know what happened to those pretty boys. Big Bubba like them pretty light skin. Okay? Let's act like we understand. Okay? I want to say alleged. I don't want my channel to get taken down. Now, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked one more time. Okay? Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked one more time. Okay? I want y'all to get in here and listen to a clip from CNN where you had, let me see. Let me make sure I say her name correctly. When you have Angela Rye on CNN, and this is how you know you'll never get an invite back to something. You know what I'm saying? This is when you hear stuff that how people talk, this how you know you won't get an invite to certain things. And because y'all boss chick attitudes will always kick y'all out of something. Okay? Okay, y'all boss chick attitudes will always kick y'all out of something. Now, y'all just saw the foolery that happened with Just Hilarious. We didn't get to the finished product yet because the powers that be that's at iHeart, they trying to probably wait till her contract is finished and they won't renew it. Okay? So we gonna see. Because sometimes y'all boss chick attitudes will get y'all in some shit. Okay? Shout out to Angela Rye, who got invited to CNN and she just dropped the whole ball where she didn't have to say it on air. She could have said it after the show. Okay? She could have said, listen, I don't really, like the Philly touchy thing. You know what I'm saying? Not in the midst of her saying what she wanted to say. Because there's a way that you conduct yourself. This is live TV. Okay? This live TV, baby. Most people don't make it to the big leagues and they're just content creators. They don't. Y'all get in here and because y'all like, I'm a brand, you know what I'm saying? I could say and do whatever I want. Now, granted, if somebody touch you and you don't like it, but they tap you on the hand or something like that, and you don't like it, granted, you can tell them to stop. But on live TV, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to be so ghetto and hood? But you know what? Y'all get in here and be like, I'm a brand. I'm a brand, right? But check this out. What if nobody wants to buy the brand no more? What if somebody say that the brand is too difficult to deal with? Because you can't tour every year in our community. You can't tour every year. It's not going to work. People not going to come see you every year. Most comics, most political giants, they only can do it every 4 years actually. So when you get in here and say you are a brand, okay, you don't have to be bought. Do you understand? People don't have to buy tickets to see you. Y'all be missing that part. But let's get in here and we gonna discuss how she did this, okay? So unprofessional. She could have handled it in a different way. But because, she's a brand, I know a lot of y'all sisters from the fake sisterhood gonna protect her. Here we go.
And the hope is, like, you can contribute to whoever you want, and the hope is that they're going to know that you want certain priorities.
He literally tweeted to the members of Congress.
The oldest profession on earth.
You don't have to touch me.
Is not.
He literally tweeted to these members, "Thank you for doing this. I don't want you to touch me. That's my personal space.
I won't ever do it again.
Thank you." But he literally
saying, like, you can contribute to whoever you want, and the hope is that they're going to know that you want certain priorities.
He literally tweeted to the members of Congress.
The oldest profession on earth.
You don't have to touch me.
Is not.
He literally tweeted to these members, "Thank you for doing this. I don't want you to touch me. That's my personal space.
I won't ever do it again.
Thank you." But he literally said.
Now you tell me if that was too much. You tell me. Was she right to say it right then and there on live TV, or she could have waited till after the show and just told him, listen, I understand you want to touch my hand or whatever, but I just don't like to be touched. She could have said that to him off air. Did she have to say it right then and there? Like, why? Live TV, y'all. CNN is live. Did she have to say it right then and there? I'm just saying. Does that, you have a seat at the table. CNN is not easy to get on. They only have certain people that they bring to their show. They don't have newcomers coming here and bring to their show. Certain people they only bring to their show when they at those political round tables. They bring the same people all the time. And for her to get a seat at the table, you go and mess it up. You think they'll call you back? Because it's the decorum. It's not even about the being touching you. It's the professionality of the situation. There's certain ways that you can handle something. Or am I reaching, y'all? Tell me, am I reaching? Okay? Am I reaching? Talking over others is not respectful to yourself or to the one you are speaking to. Now, I'm going to share something with you. All of them was jumping on each other. Okay? Because at the political round table, everybody gets to jump on each other. They, get in here and cut because they trying to make it, exciting and stuff. But the part where he touched her, just tapped her, she was like, don't touch me, And that's the thing, that they do a break. She could have just advised him, like, listen, I just don't like the touchy-feely stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what she could have said to him. She didn't have to embarrass him and embarrass herself on CNN. And I told y'all, it is hard to get a CNN seat. It is not easy to get a CNN seat. If you watch CNN, they always have the same people. Okay? Onika said it could have been said off air. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I just was thinking, am I reaching? Am I reaching? But it could have been said off air. Just like Jess Hilarious situation. All that stuff she wanted to talk to Envy about, the stuff she wanted to talk to Charlemagne and the other young lady that's in here too. This could have been done off air. It didn't have to be all of us know what happened. Because at the end of the day, she cried. But you was gun ho, breaking it down ghetto and full effect. Hey Shay, breaking it down ghetto and full effect on a live. On your live, you was ghetto and hood and full effect. But now when you get in front of all the following, okay, you get on the Breakfast Club and now you start crying and people like, oh, it's postpartum. No. I don't listen. Postpartum is real. It's real. Don't get me wrong. I have had 5 children. Postpartum is real. But it's postpartum and it's mean and nasty. Okay? Postpartum and mean and nasty. Which one did she choose? She chose mean and nasty. Because who tells a grown woman you are in a professional setting? You tell a grown woman to shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. Who would like that? Who would like that? You in a professional setting, and I'm gonna share something with you. That baby could have went wild up there on that live, on the Breakfast Club. I forgot her name too. She could have went wild on Jess Hilarious. She could have. But she stayed in her professionality. She stayed in it and just, but I would have addressed that thing. Lauren, thank you so much, Shay. Lauren, if I was her, I would address that thing. After the show ended, I would address that. Listen, don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. Respect me just as much as I respect you. That's how it should be. But y'all boss chicks, I got my own brand. I don't need all this stuff. Let me share something with you. A brand wants a deal. Do you hear what I'm saying? A brand wants a deal. They want a lifetime opportunity. That's why she was so excited about getting the Breakfast Club that she couldn't wait for them to announce it. She came on her own shit and told and messed up all the surprise extravaganza. Okay, even though they still had the party, but she messed up the whole surprise for everybody to know, and also all the advertisement they was gonna push behind her being at the Breakfast Club. So they couldn't do it no more. They just did a little something and just said she's here. Okay, she missed out. She had iHeart miss out on a lot of money for them bringing her to the Breakfast Club. Because they were supposed to have a whole tour, all this stuff, for them inviting her to come to the Breakfast Club. Yes, she's a self-made brand. She is. But there's a lot of content creators that are self-made brands, okay? And they would love to get a contract opportunity of a lifetime that they can get steady money coming in. And if anybody tell me that I'm lying, you lying to yourself. You lying to yourself. Because anytime Instagram, YouTube, Facebook get ready, they'll drop you. They'll drop you. Anytime they get ready, they'll drop you. Oh no, you can't make no more money. So a brand is looking for someone to give them a contract. But because this big boss attitude, okay, this big boss attitude, you know what I'm saying? Black girls rock magic. You will miss out on your opportunity. If somebody touch you by your hand, you on live, they on your hand or whatever like that. Okay? Somebody touch you, just tap your hand. There's no need for you to flip out. When y'all get on that break, because they always have like a little break within the segment, commercial, all you had to do was say, listen, I understand that you're a toucher, but I'm not a toucher, okay? I'm not a toucher. So please don't touch me. That's what all you had to say. That's all you had to say, because I'm quite sure I have seen this man touch people before on CNN. He always tapped their hand or something like that. I have seen him do it. He have done it to men. I have seen him tap because he's trying to get a conversation going. He's a toucher. All you got to do is say, listen, I understand it. You're a toucher, but I just don't like to be touched. That's it. Why? Where's all the hostility coming from? This is nonsense. You will miss your opportunity because you want to get in here and do boss chick shit. And I'm quite sure the CNN people was like, what the hell? Even the one who was hosting the show was shaking her head. She was looking like this. Okay? So that tells you right there, that's her show. You won't be coming back. They won't bring you back. Okay? They won't bring you back. Okay? If they do bring you back, it'll probably be maybe because by you doing that, brought them some ratings or something. But other than that, you're going to stay there because CNN usually keeps a tight circle. They keep a tight circle. Every time you turn around, the same people be on a CNN political panel. Same people. I was surprised that Angela Rye was up there. I was surprised. But you know what's going to happen? Because y'all mouths is going to block your blessings. You ever heard of that before? Your mouth will block your blessing. I'm just saying. Okay? John said, I work with 30 women and I have to watch how I refer to them. They know if I say darling, I mean no harm, but I have to watch it as their supervisor. I agree with you, John. I agree with you, sir. Okay? You do. Now, what could have happened because they were in a live show, she could have told him when they did a break. Y'all know they do a quick commercial break on CNN. She could have just advised him then, not on live TV. Because what happened? When people see that, they look at you, oh, she's hostile. Oh, she's hostile. Like this whole thing was just hilarious. Look how this baby done got this brand. She done messed up everything. Look at all this nonsense. Nobody is going to hire her. They're not going to hire her. Just like that other one, Sandra. What's her name? Sandra. What's her name? I forgot her name. Oh, my God. I'm trying to remember her name. And she's a full-on comedian. She was working for iHeart, too. But her ratings wasn't good no more. And so they took her down. Okay? I forgot her name. I'm trying to remember her name. But she had a whole beef going on with Candace Owens. Because she was like, Candace could never debate me. Now, anybody who watched Candace know Candace is a whole mother so-and-so problem. Anybody who watched Candace, she's a whole problem. And she don't even have to curse to get her point across. She is a whole problem. She come with facts and everything and receipts. And so she got up there and was like, she would, you know, I guess kind of say she would eat Candace alive because she's a better debater than Candace. Okay? I'm just saying. She lost her job because certain stuff she was saying on the radio, the powers that be didn't like it. Okay? They didn't like it. She wasn't following the agenda that they needed her to do. And then she turned around and started talking bad about the big wigs of iHeart. And one of the big wigs of iHeart is a black sister. Okay? A black sister. Okay? All right? So when her contract was ready and finished, they was like, we're not going to renew your contract. You know, your show is not bringing any ratings. And this is the same thing that's going to happen with Jess. God forbid, though. I hope she go and try to get it together. But it made it such a big scandal. You know what I'm saying? iHeart going to look like, well, what if we say something to her and she go back and tell her audience and have them think some type of way about the company. So how they gonna probably do it is say that we no longer need her and we'll have to let her go. That's what they're gonna do. They will not be renewing that contract. If they do, it's gonna be because maybe the ratings stayed where they were when they had the big blowout. Because if those ratings drop, that's who they gonna drop. That's who they gonna drop. Because one thing about show business, and a lot of y'all who in this foolery that is mega content creators, you know there's certain shit that you can't say. There's certain shit that you can't say and you can't speak against. Okay? Because you are a brand and you are in business with someone who their brand may be at jeopardy if you say something. Okay? That's the only problem with getting bigger. Is that when you know that you're a brand and you link up with something else that may not have the same values as you. And one thing about Holly Weird, okay? One thing about Holly Weird is that you can't get out here and say nonsense, okay? You can't get out here and say nonsense against the stuff that they do. Okay? We're going to see how that all play out. Okay? We're going to see how it all play out. But am I reaching, y'all? Am I reaching? Okay? Am I reaching? Oh, my goodness. 18 said, you are correct, Queen. Jess is a catalyst for a hostile work environment. Yes, you're correct, honey. You're right. So Shay says those Baltimore chicks are hostile. I know. Ooh, that's nasty, Shay. That's nasty, Shay. Shay is a troublemaker. Okay, Shay, I'm gonna tell your husband on you. You're a troublemaker. 18 said, I know just like where I am from, Bridgeport, and she did a show in Bridgeport and stated that's like it's something. Wait a minute, say it again. Bridgeport, and stated that like it's something to brag about. Okay. I'm saying it wrong. I know just like I know where she's from. That's what you're saying. Okay. She did a show in Bridgeport and stated like she bragged about it. She bragged about it. Okay, I understand. Hey Renee, what's going on, baby? It's good to see you. Listen, y'all. So I want y'all to hear something. Shout out to let me see who this is, because I'm trying to make sure I get it right. Okay. So the Fox News had dropped something about New York. I know a lot of us don't know this, but some states let illegal immigrants vote because they have a driver's license. Some state let them. Like local elections, they let them. Okay? And so a judge said, get that shit out of here. Okay? A judge said, nah, get that shit out of here. That got to go. Okay? Now, they've been doing this practice since 20 or 21, allegedly. Okay? I want y'all to hear this. Here we go.
Involves future elections. New York State's highest court has struck down a controversial voting rights law.
It allowed people who are not U.S. citizens to cast ballots in New York City's local elections. The Court of Appeals just released its decision ruling the law is unconstitutional. Since 2022, about 800,000 non-citizens have been able to vote for mayor, public advocate, comptroller, borough president, and city council members. The law went into effect right after Mayor Adams was sworn in and was immediately challenged by Republicans.
You were deported back to Mexico with only $40.
That's nasty. Why are y'all letting that many people vote in elections like that? That is crazy. That is crazy. Let's hear it one more time. That is wild. Here we go.
And it involves future elections. New York State's highest court has struck down a controversial voting rights law. It allowed people who are not U.S. citizens to cast ballots in New York City's local elections. The Court of Appeals just released its decision ruling the law is unconstitutional. Since 2022, about 800,000 non-citizens have been able to vote for mayor, public advocate, comptroller, borough president, and city council members. The law went into effect right after Mayor Adams was sworn in and was immediately challenged by Republicans.
You were deported.
That's nasty. That's nasty. That y'all would allow that many people to vote like that. And so when the Republicans be saying that some shady shit going on, this is what they be talking about. This is what they be talking about. Even with these states, when they let all these migrants get in here, okay, we know it's just because representation. When they do the censors, you know what I'm saying? It's just to collect data for them to get more representation in DC. That's the uncomfortable truth. Yes, it is to count us, but it's also to get more representation and more money coming to the state. And y'all let them vote. They probably ain't even was paying taxes yet, and y'all let them vote. That's crazy. That's crazy. So it's good a federal judge shut that shit down. Now they just gotta do something, you know, because Jersey let them vote in local elections. Like, well, not local, but like the Board of Education. They could vote in Board of Education. That's what they said. That's what they said. Okay? That they just let them vote in Board of Education. Okay? But if you are already on the voting books for the Board of Education, it's the same voting books when you vote for the mayor, the governor, city council. Okay? I'm just saying. So, allegedly. Okay? Shout out to Gotham City. God, I got something for y'all because a lot of y'all been flipping out since Trump had closed down the Board of Education. I want to share something with y'all. And this is the uncomfortable truth that a lot of people don't want to take in, okay? The Federal Board of Education didn't do shit for none of us. They have never done shit for none of us, okay? It was only for them to collect data for testing and also to allocate federal funding to the schools. That's it. If you have a problem with your town school system, the farthest you can go is to your state. Like if you got a problem with the town, as far as you can go is to the state. Federal can't do nothing to you. All they gonna do is call the state and send you back to the state. That's it. That's it. Y'all out here talking about they gonna stop the funding. They gonna stop funding for colleges. Okay, the food programs is gonna stop. Y'all scare everybody. Okay, so the funding for colleges and then also the food programs. Okay, y'all got people scared as shit. The special ed programs too for special students, all that's gonna stop. And guess what? They still working at the special program. The special ed programs for the students that have special needs, they are still working that. That will still continue. So the help that you need will still continue for special needs children. Okay? The funding for the colleges is coming from U.S. aid. Okay? That money is coming from U.S. aid. I'm just saying, we getting excited for no reason. And also, the money that is for the food that they give 10%, they only give 10% to the states to help them with funding for the school. Most of the funding for your schools are coming from your state. Okay, the average Joe, when you pay your taxes, okay, that money is going to the schooling and how to work the town. Okay, I'm just saying we flipping out for no reason. All these people had jobs and they were doing what? They only test once a year. Once a year they test all at the same time. So all these people are collecting data from the test. And then what else? And then what else? What are we doing after that? What else after that? I'm just saying, we're getting crazy and we're getting upset for no reason. Only 10% they give money to the state. The kids will still, whoever get free lunch will still get free lunch. Okay? The food will not stop for the children to eat unless you pay for your child to eat. And then you haven't been paying for your child to eat. Then, you know, the school don't have to feed your kid. Okay? The school don't have to feed your kid. They'll just keep calling you and sending you letters saying that you owe a bill for your child. I think that's messed up. Because when I was young, they didn't do that. If your parent didn't have the money to pay, they still give you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I think that's messed up. Okay? But they don't feed your kid if you don't have that money. Now, it's the responsibility of the parent you're supposed to pay if you owe that school money. Okay? Federal didn't do nothing for y'all. They just have all those buildings in D.C. for no reason. All those workers there for no reason. That's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to hear. Okay? They don't do anything. It's just to allocate money, okay, and to do testing. Okay? And anything they want to send down to the states talking about this is law when they had all this transgender and all this, the child can change whatever they want and all this other stuff, and the school be involved. When only we just need the school to teach the children. We don't need y'all to teach them about gender. We don't need y'all to teach them about anything from the rainbow community. We just needed y'all, okay? And we don't need y'all to teach them about anything crazy. We just needed y'all to teach them about math, science, and reading. That's it. And as the parents, you're supposed to continue to work that the kids are already doing in school. So all y'all flipping out is crazy. Shout out to Gotham City, God. I want y'all to hear this woman break it down, honey. She sounds so amazing, okay? Now, the same thing that I just told y'all, we had already talked about this when we first heard that Trump was breaking down, President Trump was breaking down the Board of Education. So here we go.
Let me go ahead and break it down.
Come on, talk about it.
You got a whole bunch of people who think that these kids who don't get food at home will no longer get food at school because there is no DOE. First of all, it's the Department of Agriculture that handles the school meals. So there's still no child that's going to be left hungry. The next thing that I heard was that, oh my God, they're going to get rid of the Pell Grant and all of these other things so that HBCUs are going to suffer and kids who can't afford school aren't going to be able to go to school. Those instances, that subset of issues is going to be moved over to the Department of Treasury, and they're going to handle your new Pell Grants and your student aid and things like that. And then they'll say things like, oh my God, well, they're not going to fund disabilities or the IEP programs. That's being moved over to the Department of Health and Human Services. So if more black people knew that, we wouldn't have this uproar about the DOE going. And then let me also tell y'all that the DOE only pays for...
Thank you for touching on that.
Yeah, the DOE only pays for 10%
of K through 12 schools. Like, it's only 10% of the funding. If you genuinely believe that your state cannot recover 10% of funds to give to the DOE, which they already, to give to the school system, which they already barely give money to, sweetheart, you are sadly mistaken. And at that point, that's when you have to look at your elected officials and see what are they voting on in these budgets. What are they asking for every fiscal year? Because now with Doge, we're seeing that we're paying millions of dollars to watch shrimp run on treadmills.
Shout out to Gotham City God, but this is the truth. We pay all this money into the schools, but if you look at the test scores are horrible. The test scores are horrible. And sometimes you have teachers, and I don't want to be mean, but sometimes you have teachers who are outdated. There's a time where you have to retire certain teachers. I ain't lying. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the truth. Some are outdated. They can't understand what these children are going through or the things of just understanding life. Sometimes you have teachers that are too old to click with these kids. And I'm not saying you should get them young either, because these young ones is doing nasty stuff with these kids. Okay? So you need to make sure, we need to also be screening these teachers. They need to screen these teachers. Just because you just came out of college, fresh out of college and stuff, doesn't mean that, you know, I'm supposed to just hire you. They need to screen these teachers better. Also, there should be a dress code on these teachers. Because I remember a couple days ago, a group of kids were filming their teacher. Sister girl wore a mini skirt, okay? A mini skirt to class. And baby, the way she was bending over and leaning up on that wall, these kids were laughing and everything. You know what I'm saying? Smirking in the video. And I said, damn, a teacher. So you telling me you don't know that this mini is that, you know what I'm saying? You telling me you don't know that wearing a mini will cause all that type of confusion in your classroom, and you got a big behind. And you got a big behind. And so you wear a mini in a room full of young teenage boys. That does not make sense. They need to do something about that. Also, another thing too, they need to have cameras in these kids' classrooms. They need to have cameras in there, okay? They need to have cameras in there, okay? When a teacher has a student in the room with her, those cameras need to be on. This is the uncomfortable truth. You hear so many horror stories about how these kids be getting touched by these young teachers who just came out of college. And this is the thing. We get in here and they tell you we got to keep our children safe. You got to keep your children safe. Don't have your child around everybody, right? But remember, the teacher that you left your child with, you don't know this teacher. You don't know this teacher from Adam. You have been to the teacher parent conference a couple times, but you don't know if this teacher is carrying demonic thoughts about your child. Some of these teachers be so young, and because the boys be so big and they look like big oxes coming to school, looking like grown men with beards and everything, but they got a mindset of a baby, and she want to screw these kids. They had a whole teacher, Caucasian woman, okay, done mess with about 13 boys in her classroom, invited them all over to her house. I don't even know where the parents at. The teacher invites them to her house and make them wear scream masks or whatever, what they call that? The Halloween mask for Scream, right? And they all put the mask on, and they're giving her back shots. These young boys is tearing her up. They doing a train on her, a teacher. So this way, y'all need to make sure these teachers are not too young and not too old. Okay? They need to be seasoned in their craft, and they need to start these new teachers off when these kids are really small and young, and they need to be in cameras. Okay? The classroom need to have a full-on camera. And they also need to make rules that you cannot be inviting children over to your house if you are a teacher. Parents, y'all got to understand and know better. Sometimes the predator be the one that's teaching them. But we don't want to talk about that, right? Because that's too hard, right? Y'all don't want me to get on the women like that. That's too hard. But that's the uncomfortable truth. Stop agreeing to let your children go over everybody's house. Why the child going to the teacher house anyway? All right, so let's get to the main event. Okay, let's get to the main event. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. We got 1 hour and 20 minutes already in here. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Also donate to the page as well. Okay. Love said that's why Trump doing away with the old education system. And you know what? Ronald Reagan wanted to get rid of the education system back in the day too, but he couldn't. Okay, he couldn't. Trump did it by executive order. Damn. Now, even when he gone, how you gonna get that place back running? You won't. You won't be able to. That's nasty. Okay, so let's continue. Shout out to Officer Tatum, because he dropped this bad boy. I want y'all to hear this. Shout out to Charlemagne, because Charlemagne is like, listen, something ain't right. Okay, here we go.
You're a Democrat, I'm going to tell you the worst thing that you could do right now. Speak for that party. Okay? That party's brand is in such disarray. They have no ideology. The people that are actually governing, like the Josh Shapiros, the Gretchen Whitners, the Westmores, y'all stay in y'all states and keep governing and doing the work.
That's it.
Distance yourself from all of that that's going on in D.C. Distance yourself from the party and speak for you.
That's it.
That's what I love what Josh Shapiro was doing on Friday.
Yo.
He didn't speak for the party. He was like, let me tell you what I did.
Yeah.
In
For my people.
Yes.
And then what will happen is we'll see you doing that for your people, and then we'll start going, I wouldn't mind if you did that for me.
Listen, I think, first of all, I like Josh Shapiro a lot. I think he would be a great candidate for 2028, but this is my only problem. My only problem with the Democratic Party is that even the people that are good, the brand of being a Democrat is so bad.
Yeah, you got to rebrand that.
Fuck this shit up.
Shout out to Officer Tatum for dropping that clip. Shout out to Charlemagne for saying the damn thing. Now, this is why I asked y'all, okay, do you think he's on President Trump's side now? Because when you look at the stuff that Trump has only done and what is going on, it's 3 months now, y'all. I think it's 3 months. Okay? 3 months now and some change that this man has been president. And he has been putting it down. 3 months and some change. And he been putting it down. I have never seen a president work like this at all. I've never seen it in my whole life. I have never seen a president move like this. They always say the president can't do this and the president can't do that. But this man is making shit happen. Okay? John said none of us have. This president is making shit happen. Now, regardless if you like him or you don't like him, it's your business. But I've never seen nothing like this. I kid you not, I have never seen it. And the Dems don't know what to do. That's why every time you turn around, they having a rally somewhere. And they say, I ain't never see the Dems get out here and do rallies the way they doing now. Every time you turn around, the news got them doing some rally. They doing a rally somewhere. They're speaking. And this is the thing. The Dems ain't the only one that has been stealing money. The Republicans too. They all got their hand in the cookie jar. But the uncomfortable truth is only the Dems are crashing out. The Republicans are not. So it makes y'all look crazy. It make y'all look crazy, crashing out all over social media and getting indignant, okay? Y'all fighting for stupid stuff. Y'all all decided as a collective that we're gonna push back on a bill that was trying to get passed so that boys and men won't be in women's sports. Why? Why? As a collective, none of y'all got up there and was like, we agree with y'all. Y'all was like, no, we don't agree with y'all. This is how you know where people stand at. Follow the money. Follow the money. You don't even have to look at all the money will dictate how they vote in the House and in the Senate. The money will dictate how they vote. When you see anything when it pertains to the small hat people, the Republicans and the Democrats, the House and the Senate will all get together as a collective and pass that shit so that money can go there. They will. They will. They will get in there and do it when it's for the small hat people. But when it's the budget, when it's the budget to run America, we got 3 weeks. We got 3 months, 6 months. Okay, we can't collectively come together and be like, yeah, let's get this thing together to run the nation. But when it comes to, I've never seen it in any other thing. When it comes to the small hat people, they collectively all get together. Yes, we have passed the bill to give them money. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? They can all vote on that. But anything when it comes to America, no, we got to do 3 weeks. We got to do 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. They can't agree on she. Anything that pertains to us, they can't. That's the thing that irks my nerve. So Charlemagne is correct. The Dems gonna have to do a rebranding. And y'all gonna have to get away from the rainbow community. If you want people to vote for y'all again, you will have to stop pushing all this foolery on children. You will have to. Because the horror stories that's coming back about these kids doing sex changes and stuff, it is heartbreaking. Now, listen, it's your body. You do what you want, but I think you need to be grown. Because not when you can't tell me if you want Cheerios or fruit or Cheerios or oatmeal, you don't know which one you want. You can't tell me what sex you want to be. If I got to argue with you about what you going to eat today, you can't tell me what sex you want to be. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because they're not old enough to drink and smoke, right? But they're old enough to tell you that they want a sex change. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So, Dems, you will have to do a rebranding. All those people that y'all have brought in here illegally, and y'all gave them all types of stuff real fast. Everything was coming in quick and this and that. These same people that y'all gave all these privilege to and gave them the right to be here, because some of them y'all expedited and gave them the right to be here. These same people voted against y'all because the belief system is different. The culture is different. Well, we'll see what happened in the next 4 years. We'll see what happened in the next 4 years. But for right now, with President Trump, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off, baby. That's it. We're going to see what happened. I just love how y'all come to social media and y'all talking about, you know, y'all get in here talk about the Jim Crow laws are back. I love that. Nobody checks anything on whitehouse.gov. Nobody checks anything. Nobody gets in here and read nothing. Just somebody come out with something and y'all all go crazy. We got to stop just watching videos and go read something. Because we're getting this information and we getting screwed up. Y'all say he wrote something, an executive order, and you talking about, oh, he brought Jim Crow back. But when you go and read it, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Because y'all love to get in here and scare the shit out of people. And then America, we have this tug of war with race. Listen to me. You got some bad people in the black community. You got some bad people in the white community. You got some bad people in the Asian community. You got some bad people in the Haitian community, the African community. Okay? You got some bad people all over. Okay? In the United States. But you also got some good people from different races too. But because we have a hatred towards one another, okay, we'll get up here and do foul shit to one another. Now, don't get me wrong, racism does exist here. You won't hear Take Heed get out here and say racism doesn't exist. I'll be lying if I said that. I'll be lying. I always hate when people get in here and say racism doesn't exist. It does. It does. But this is how a lot of us get fooled, because that racism card get thrown in there. And so we all believe what they're saying makes sense. But when you go and read the executive order, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. What I want y'all to do, my brothers and sisters who are in this political arena, or you on social media, take time to read some before y'all come and go crazy on social media and scare the hell out of everybody. That goes for every culture, not just African American. That's every culture, because y'all Hispanics is doing some foolery too on social media as well. Okay? Caucasians is doing some stuff on social media, some foolery as well. Y'all better go read something and then come back. Take heed to the message, everybody. I enjoyed myself rocking with y'all today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hitting that like and subscribe button. Okay? If you feel the content, donate to the channel. Also follow me. Hit the like and subscribe button as well. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmracksfashion.com. We also have Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay, and the links in my bio. If you want to shop merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see shop or store. Okay? If you're interested, you will see shop or store. Get in there. See if you like something. All right? And if you like something, let's get it popping. Okay? Much love to you all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for coming to rock with me. Okay? I greatly appreciate it. And to the 2 people who donated to the channel, thank you for donating to the channel. Thank you so much. All right? And here we go. Got that 2-step line dancing. Here we go. Here we go.
Real big clap. All y'all freeze. One more clap. Bust y'all, please.